Well, Coach, the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New York Jets. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On side. 47 is the mic. Lady, here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. 47.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the handoff, it's Michel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I smell fear in that offense. He's checking. Crash. Red 80. Mike 47. Here we go. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Bandit.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 46-yard line.
Post inside. Red 80. Not today. 47 is the mic. Hey, wahoo! Let's go.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. That one complete to Dade Westbrook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Watch the run. No, 80. Check 80. Check hot.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Dade Westbrook. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Push him back. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Jets' 41-yard line.
Here we go. Waiting. Check. Watch it before. In your face. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. It's been a long day for you. Shit.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he connects with Ertz. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
Mike 5-4. Let him know. Hey, zoom. Let him know. 54 is Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Darnold now to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw is Darnold. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Play action. It's Darnold. Man open. That's Damian Ratley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 16 yards, a 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michelle. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
1st down, Jets.
On 1st down, Michelle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wentz now to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sione Takitaki in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. New York set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Out of the shotgun. Here's Darnold. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, let's go. We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Hey, check Mike 47.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. Flushed out right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a 1st down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go. 180. 55, Mike. Let's go, Kyle. Let's go right here now.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check 43. Check.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. Back. 280. All day, every day, any day.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll run it. This is Michel. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with a second down call after that type of a game.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's go, Maddie. Let's go, Maddie. Let me know what you got. Hey, exit. What you got, Maddie? Give me some. Give me some.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That's good for 28 yards.
First down, Jets. Mike, 47. Check that. Ready. Hey, Alpha.
Here's Darnold. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken at his 4. And an alley to run. The 40, 30, 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Nelson Aguilar, 96 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the second half with Michel on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Darnold from the gun. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Here we go. 120! Quit talking about it and bring it.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, to be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side.
Here we go. 55. Switch.
On first down, it's Sanders. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It was Isaiah Johnson there to make the stop.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, let's go. Hatch it.
Another run with Sanders. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, box truck. Check, 47. Here we go.
To throw on second down is Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gehrig. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 27, Wentz. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return, Jackson. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Maurice Hurst forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Throwing is Wentz. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop. Again, it's Michel. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Nigel Bradham picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Jackson to return. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Watch left, watch left.
They go with Howard again. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
To throw is Wentz. Flush to his right. Yeah, he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Wentz will keep it. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, give him credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Sanders. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off with great anticipation. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
27, Bravo. Right here.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They need a touchdown, the two-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Darnold. Open man is Samuel. Complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Hey, Haywood.
Now it's Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nate Gehring. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now Sanders, and he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On first down, it's Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Sanders has it poked free, and it's scooped up by the Jets. It's a foot race. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
Now the Eagles will use the second of their time. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Dodge a bullet. They cover it up. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they take a knee.
On the keeper. A loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Mike, 53, Mike. Kill. Lady. Check, 53's Mike. Check, 53's Mike. Yeah, that's what I do. Switch.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. One last throw now for Darnold. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. In the,